Howdy, beach friends! Today we're doing something a bit different than what we normally do. I had went over to Bunche Beach to go on a walk, and I wasn't planning on making a video. I had just wanted to wander around for a bit looking for critters, and the next thing you know, I'm finding neat things and I really want to share it with you, so I decided to make a video after all. Today we're going to explore Bunche Beach, one of the more alive beaches down here in Southwest Florida, so let's go to the beach. So this lovely critter is what convinced me to start filming. Like I said, I really just wanted to do a little exploring. I didn't even bring my shell bag. Next thing you know, I'm finding all these cool critters and whatnot, and so I decided, yep, I'm gonna go ahead and make a video because I want to share this stuff with you guys. Hate to keep it all to myself. So we are seeing, these are live crown conchs, and we are going to get quite personal with these guys a little bit later. Right here we have a lightning whelk. Now, right there, that's the lightning whelk, and I had spotted it. I always find live lightning whelk here. I mean, like every single time I come, you see these guys, but I was kind of hoping that maybe it was empty. Maybe there was nobody home, and this was going to be a keeper. But since like I said, I typically find them alive, I just wanted to be kind of delicate because this guy was really dug in. So I figure, okay, if it's empty, cool, yay, I'll get to keep it. And if not, I don't want to disturb the critter too much, so I kind of just lift that up, and I saw the foot. You probably didn't catch it, but there was a dark spot of the animal. You can see the foot. So that guy is alive and well, not a keeper. I figure I'll just tuck him back in and leave him. And here we have a live crown conch. Look how pretty. We are going to see a whole bunch of these guys today. I don't want to spoil anything, so let's just go one critter at a time, one shell at a time. This is a crown conch. There is its operculum. It is a lovely, lovely little critter. So we'll put that guy back and keep looking. Here we have a sunray Venus, and I thought that was really cool. It is not alive. I know it's hinged, but it is empty. The way that the pattern on the shell is completely different, and there's that vertical line, totally different, kind of neat. All right, here we have, I was kind of hoping, not a keeper. This is a live tulip, so let's go ahead and take a peek at this gorgeous banded tulip that is totally alive. Dang it. We got to put that back right where we found it and let him or her finish looking for snacks and whatever it is that banded tulip was doing. And what do we got here? Now, this is one of those moments that right before you pick up like a really crazy awesome shell, just kind of stop and I was freaking out. Look at the spikes on this. That is a crown conch, totally empty, totally awesome, great color, great spikes. I was literally over the moon. I was screaming, flipping out on the inside. I thought that was definitely the coolest crown conch I've ever found. And I put it away and I had to take it back out again. So this is me taking a second look at the same shell. I was over the moon. I thought that was just awesome. So really glad I decided to film and share that with you. Here we have, that is a little horseshoe crab. Kind of swimming around. I'm not going to pick it up. Don't know if it's male or female, but that little guy, horseshoe crab. Right, so this is a little bit of Bunche Beach. I used to come here much more often until I figured out it really wasn't a shelling beach, but it's excellent for checking out critters. What else have we got? That's probably another live crown conch. You can kind of see it's called a siphon. We'll talk more about that. That little black piece kind of poking out the front of the shell. But as I was saying, this is Bunche Beach. It's actually a very shallow beach. The water does not get very deep, so it is fantastic for walking around looking for critters. This beach I typically don't go shelling at. There's not a lot of shells. I know we got really lucky with that crown conch, so hey, if you want to try your luck on a good crown conch, give Bunche Beach a try. Otherwise, you're probably going to find lots of cool critters. Here I find live lightning whelk, live crown conch, a couple, you have clams. You'll see. I'm going to show you a shot of the beach in a little bit, but it's definitely different than the beaches that we normally go to. So this is an example of what the shells normally look like. So this is a crown conch, and this is the kind of condition that I typically will find the keeper shells here at Bunche. So not really a shelling beach, but you know what? Every once in a while, maybe you'll get a little lucky. That guy is a keeper, so I've gotten lucky twice so far. Let's keep looking. Okay, we've reached a part of the beach. We can't go any further. Cool kayak trail through there. I'll show you. We're going to take a look at an overhead view, but we can't go any further. The entire beach is only about a half-mile long, so it's not very big either. Here is another sunray Venus. The critters that live here tend to like to eat clams, so I'm not entirely surprised to find these kind of broken and hanging around. Looks like we have another one. Another sunrise Venus. Hinged, broken. Maybe a lightning whelk got at that. Hard to say. And another one. Not too bad, pretty good shape, all things considered. It's got that nice pink undertone color versus the kind of like the normal, which is like the gray. That's kind of different. Same shell, same species, totally different color. I've decided to keep the pinkish one. Yeah, we'll keep that one. And it looks like a disc Dosinia. Again, not entirely surprised to see something probably ate that guy. No drill holes. These guys kind of wedge themselves and open them. The lightning whelks use the edge of their shell actually to kind of wedge in between the clams to get in there and eat their prey. Oh, look! That's not even the same shell. That's a different one. So that is another fantastic, super spiky crown conch. Oh, I'm so happy. It's so weird because again, I don't come here to go shelling, and I really didn't even mean to find anything, and I found these two excellent crown conchs. So excited. And here we have just a layer of a horseshoe crab that had shed its exoskeleton. And so that is just a layer. It's not a body or anything, just a layer so that little critter can get bigger. Kind of cool. All right, time for a little bit of housekeeping. If you have been wondering how you can support me as I create my videos that I share with you, now you can. I've opened an account with Patreon, and there are 3 different tiers of support you can choose from. If you do choose to support me, you'll be charged at the beginning of the month, so I thought this would be a good time to roll this out and let you know about it. I hope to make SWF Beach Life a full-time adventure instead of just weekend trips, so if you'd like to help me on this quest, head on over to Patreon. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description box below as well, and I'll go ahead and thank you in advance if you do decide to support me. So here is the actual beach of Bunche Beach, and when I talk about shells, tons of oysters, tons and tons of oysters, and a couple of different, you might see an arc, and okay, well, here's some garbage. That is some glass. It's not sea glass. It's really just something that needs to go in the recycling bin. So it's, again, not really a great shelling beach. Aw, dang it. Here's another piece. All right, got to pick that up. Just afraid someone will step on it. As I was saying, lots of oysters, lots of just, if you do find a decent shell, it's kind of going to be all beat up. So again, not really a shelling beach, a fantastic beach to come to. I definitely recommend you come here to go exploring, but you're not going to find lots of cool shells like we normally do. It's just a different kind of speed, different kind of beach, but you still should probably come check it out because it really is pretty. It's very rustic. No hotels, no condos, no facilities. There's you can pretty much park and then that's it. Go exploring. I think it would be great for little kids because that fear of anything happening to them is not really there. The water is very shallow. I'll show you. Way out you can go and it's still quite shallow. See, look at those people all the way out there. Still shallow. The water's probably not, I don't know, maybe to their knees. So we are all the way at the other end of Bunche Beach. And here again, another great opportunity to go kayaking. Lots of people go fishing here. So this is the Gulf of Mexico. Here is Sanibel. We go there all the time. Here is Fort Myers Beach. We go there all the time. And there, that is where Bunche Beach is. And so we'll zoom into Bunche a little bit more. That is Bunche Beach, the whole thing. That's it. Like I said, it's only about a half mile from end to end. The entrance is here. And then typically I'll get to the beach and go left. And I like to kind of creep around the water in this area. So that's where I like to look for the hermit crabs and the lightning whelks, crown conch, whatever kind of critter I might come across. And so we're still up at the north end and it's real pretty. All right, what else we got? More crown conch. Yay! All right, we're going to get a little personal with some of these guys. Now, first I want to point out the way that the shell on this is pointing. Those spires, the spikes are really kind of going up. Those crazy awesome shells I got, the spikes were coming out. So they're all very different. This guy is very small. He's not really that big. But look at the condition of his shell. That is not a very pretty shell. Sorry, but it's, you know, very slimy, lots of algae. Ooh, look at him move around. Okay, so what is kind of poking out of the front of the shell there is what's called the siphon. And the siphon is what they use to breathe through. It's usually black and they extend it, drawing in seawater for oxygen, but they also use that to detect prey. So they'll look for food. These guys eat oysters, scallops, clams, and they also will eat dead stuff. So they're good at kind of keeping the beach clean too. So he is, or she is moving. Look at how easily they're moving. I found that interesting, the way they could twist. The twisting of the shell is, look at the little head kind of poking out under there. Oh, so cute. I don't know why I find these guys cute, but I do. So that there you can kind of see the head poking out, which is totally different than the siphon, which we're kind of talking about. Look at how cute. We got very personal with this little guy, and there's the operculum. Oh, and it does kind of look like he's leaving a little layer of slime, but hey, snail's got to do what it's got to do. I understand. Oh, he's so cute. So that is the crown conch. They are typically seen cruising along sediments near grass beds, salt marshes, and oyster reefs, which would explain why we saw these guys here, because there are a lot of oysters here. And they're long black siphons. We had talked about that too. That's what they extend out to kind of smell and to breathe. So let's put him back, or her back. Now, I had seen one of these guys in action. This is from a different day. This is over in Sanibel, but I had found these, and you can really kind of see much better that siphon that I was talking about, the black siphon that's kind of coming out of the front of their shell. So I just wanted to give you another shot of this guy, and here is yet another one. Let's check this one out. And okay, shell's a lot prettier. Look, I'm going right for the head. There's a little siphon poking out. So this shell, again, is still small and not quite as completely covered with algae like the one previous to this guy. I think their bodies are really pretty. They're the black and white color. Super pretty. And what's interesting about these shells too is they're very, very different. They're all crown conchs, but the spikes can be different. Some have spikes, some don't. Some of the spikes point up, some point out. Some don't have them on the bottom whorl. So there's so many different variations of this particular kind of snail, which also makes it kind of interesting. And I thought it was, or I'm still thinking it's interesting how easily they can kind of twist that big old shell around. So we'll put her back and let her finish doing her thing. So I'm still having a grand old time. Again, I didn't bring my shell bag, just kind of came for a walk, and I found those shells and the creatures. So I'm really, 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 really happy. Always love to be at the beach, and when I'm finding cool stuff to share with you guys, I definitely get happy about that, because I know everyone can't come to the beach the way I can. So I'm very happy to share. You see the operculum there? Look at the condition of that shell. That literally looks like it's got like, oh, tons of slime on it. But healthy little snail. Go ahead, do your little snail thing. Probably got a couple more here. And I'm always torn because I want to share, but I don't really want to disturb them. So it's hard. I can't help myself. And I'm trying to, I don't know, make it as untraumatic for these guys as possible. We'll be picking up a little bit of sand, and they obviously need the water to breathe, so we don't want to keep them out too long. But let's take a look at this shell and this critter. Pretty critter. The shell, again, the spikes are going to be pointing up instead of out, and that shell is super slimy shell. So not time at all to keep that guy. And so here's some more people. They've come to the beach, and again, look how shallow. You can really get out there and go exploring. Very, very fun, cool beach to be at. And something else I just wanted to mention about the crown conchs, they do get to about 5 inches in length. The big one that I found was about 2.5 inches, and the females get larger than the males do. And that we find that in lots of different species. Not ironically, but the horseshoe crab is another species where the females get bigger than the males. So we didn't really have a haul. Definitely not really a haul. Found a couple things, found tons of stuff that we couldn't bring home. But the stuff we could bring home, oh yeah, I was so excited. I managed to kind of pick the barnacles off of this guy. And I literally would walk by and pick this shell up for days. Now, you let me know. Am I nuts? Is that just not really that great a shell? I thought it was great. Maybe it's just because I like spiky shells. I don't know. It's hard to say. And I also couldn't wait to dip it in acid. So I quickly just dipped just the 2 of these. I didn't do a whole production. I just wanted to dip these guys. And oh man, the color, the brown. But really for me, I mean, the color's amazing, totally amazing for this kind of shell. But those spikes, that's what's killing me. Or not in a bad way. I'm just loving those spikes. So that was our little walk. Definitely different than what we normally do. I hope you liked it. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. We did a little bit slower, found a lot less shells, but we did more exploring with critters. And I found those 2 amazingly spiky shells, which, I don't know, for me was really, really cool. But let me know what you thought. Thank you for hanging with me. I will see you again next week. We're going to be heading over to Lover's Key, where we're going to get another update on the Welcome and Discovery Center and see what things we'll find at the beach there. So have a great week. See you then.